But I mean, going back to WandaVision, I didn't hate the show, bro. I kind of liked it. It was the first Disney show plus show that came out.
It was the worst one out of all of them.
I don't know about that. The worst for me was Werewolf by Night, and that was terrible.
We count that.
It was a short story, but I mean, I don't like it. I didn't like where they
really counted. To be honest with you,
it wasn't great. The worst one for me,
second to last.
The worst one for me, if we're going to talk about the worst ones, damn, man, I hate to do this to you, but to be honest with you, like, I would have to go with She-Hulk as the worst.
Podcast is over.
I mean, it was pretty terrible. I mean, I liked the beginning, but then it was going up, and then like the second half was just like it went down. I don't know where they were going with it, but I mean, other one besides that, I can't think of another one. I mean, I like Moon Knight. That was one of my favorites. Falcon and Winter Soldier was one of my favorites. What am I missing? Oh, Miss Marvel was okay.
That was one of my least favorites.
What If? Do we count What If?
I don't think we should, because What If came out before they started coming out with the live action TV shows.
What else am I missing? Oh, Loki. Loki was the best out of all of them. Season 1 and 2. The best out of all of them.
You know what? Loki loses points because of Jonathan Majors.
You can't say that. Okay.
You can because
how can you say that?
We were supposed to go somewhere with Victor Timely. With the variant of Victor Timely, and you wasted two seasons with a character where we go absolutely nowhere with it. And if I'm gonna take it a step further, because I slept on this the other day, at the end of season 1 of Loki, they left a big, huge cliffhanger of showing you this big statue of Kang the Conqueror. And then we transition into season 2, and Loki, it starts off with this very, very slow plot with it, where it's just like, damn, season 1 just had this big, huge cliffhanger where we're going to finally see a variant of Victor Timely Kang, Victor Timely, as being this tyrant, this the next big bad. And it was a very, very underwhelming performance, if we're being honest, in that particular TV show. And now we got to the end of the show where obviously Loki is sitting on the throne. Again, if you're still watching this is heavy spoilers.
Heavy spoilers, but I agree with you, and I can't fault you for saying it too, but I have to disagree with you. Yeah, and the whole thing too with the Victor Timely thing, they kind of just established that he was getting murked left and right, and it kind of made me feel like, oh, if you're gonna make King the Conqueror a badass, why do you keep killing them? Why do you keep killing different versions of him so easily? But and then the whole Jonathan Majors thing too, and
it loses points. It loses his weight, bro. It loses its weight.
But Tom Hiddleston killed the role, and it was a good show. I ain't gonna knock it. It's not his fault that Jonathan Majors did what he did. It's neither here or there, but he did kind of ruin the whole freaking thing because he was supposed to be a badass. But if you want to be honest with you, I'm gonna go back to Ant-Man 3. Like, that was, I don't know what the hell we watched in Ant-Man 3.
But hold on. Loki season 1 was first before Ant-Man 3, though.
That's true. That was a good show. You can't knock the first season, though. The first season was amazing.
So how do you leave it off on such a high note in Loki season 1, and then going into Ant-Man 3, especially the way that they hyped up the trailer of Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man 3, to now you go back to, okay, there's still hope after Ant-Man 3, and then you go to Loki season 2, and it's just a big, huge letdown as far as Kang the Conqueror. And we didn't even get into the Jonathan Majors stuff yet.
That's true. And this is where I'm going to tell you where the politics come involved. Both Disney and Marvel knew his situation. So I guess they were like, I don't think this is going to work out anymore. I think we just need to write this character off. And they did what they did. That's why they They bested Kang the Conqueror and Ant-Man 3. You had a perfect opportunity to make them the biggest, baddest motherfucker that you could have possibly built out in the MCU. But then you get dogged by Ant-Man, so I can't respect that. Now I'm going to keep going back to that. If you get bested by Ant-Man, bro, then how did you beat the Avengers in other universes? It's neither here or there. And then the whole Victor Timely just getting killed left and right, bro. And then Tom Hiddleston becomes a god, which is cool. Like, he becomes a god of all time. God of stories, which is cool, but it just kind of makes the whole Kang the Conqueror like how do I say this? How do you build a character up that's supposed to be this big bad dude like you did Thanos, and then just kind of wash him away and just kind of like, he ain't this big bad, like he ain't this badass, so like I get it. I think they knew from the beginning when the whole scandal came out. I think they were like, yeah, we're not going that route no more. We're done. And why we got the stories that we got. I ain't knocking season 2. I still like it. I just wish that the whole allegations didn't come out. I mean, there was so much endless possibilities you could have done with Kang the Conqueror. It just sucks that, this actor did what he did. And I mean, he's got to face up with the allegations, and it sucked because you ruined a perfectly good idea, a good plan, and a good storyline to build up for the next Avengers movies. But as we all know, we're getting something different now. So